Hi, this is Level 1, Week 11 and 12 lesson plans. First, we have our vault stations. Our first station will be a double station, and the students will be falling in a tight arch over the mailbox to a handstand and then landing flat on the 8-incher, keeping their legs straight and their arms by their ears. Our second station will have two activities. The first activity, the students will be doing a hurdle drill. They'll stand on one foot on the block, jump down to two, and then up onto a stack of mats, keeping their legs straight and their ears covered. The second activity, they'll be climbing up onto the chip, standing up, feet together, jumping off, and sticking, keeping their chest up and their knees bent. Our next station will be a double station, and the students will be doing a wall sit. So they'll put their back against the wall, their feet apart, and bend their knees to a 90-degree angle and hold for 10. Our last station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on jumping side to side on one foot over a Velcro line. Floor stations. This week, the students will each be given their own box or line to stand on and will be working on various skills that we have learned this year. They will stay in their own box and work on their skills independently. The first skill that we will work on will be our forward roll. So students will start feet together, hands up, and they'll roll, trying to keep their arms by their ears and their feet together as they stand. The next skill they'll be working on is their straddle roll. So they'll start in a straddle, feet apart, arms by their ears, placing two hands on the ground, roll to a straddle sit, and then pushing, keeping their legs straight to stand without bending their knees. Next skill we will work on will be our candlestick. So they'll start with their feet together, arms up. They'll sit, roll back, let their arms go to the ground and their toes go to the ceiling, and stand, keeping their feet together and their arms by their ears. They're working on showing a nice hollow position while their shoulders are on the ground. The next skill, if they're ready, will be a backward roll, which will start the same way as a candle, but they'll use pizza hands to roll over and stand on their feet. Next, they'll be doing bear crawl, keeping straight arms, straight legs, and transferring their weight from front to back all the way down. Once they have that, then they'll work on their broken leg kick. So they'll start in a lunge with their arms by their ears, one leg in front, show their T, and then kick, putting all of their weight on their hands, keeping a big split and the same foot in front that they start and finish with, and showing that lunge at the beginning and the end of each skill. After that, then they will move on to their handstand, which will start the same way, showing that same lunge and T, but they'll kick and bring both feet up together, making sure to step down with the same foot in front and showing their lunge. The last skill they'll do will be their cartwheel. So they'll start in that lunge and now reach to the side and cartwheel, landing with the opposite foot in front in their lunge. Bar stations. Our first station will be a double station. Students will be on the high bar working on their monkey crawl, going all the way across, all the way back, and then landing on their feet. Our second station will also be a double station. The students will be working on their tuck swing. So they'll lift their knees up to their chest, trying to swing 3 times with straight arms. Our next station will also be a double station and will be a grip strength station. The students will each have their own sponge that they'll work on squeezing with one hand as small as they can, working on building their grip strength. Our last station will have 2 activities. The first activity, the students will sit between the silver parallettes and work on dips. So they'll hold their bottom up and then bend their elbows, working on their triceps. The second activity will be with a coach, and the students will be working on their chin up pullover, chin up, toes over, up to a front support, and if they're ready, they'll add their back hip circle or forward roll. Beam stations. Our first station will be a double station. The students will be working on their lunge touch. They'll start in their lunge, ears covered, bend at the waist, touch the beam with 2 hands, and then stand, keeping their ears covered without wobbling or falling. Our next station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their straight jump, arms up, down the side, bend their knees, and jump, pushing through both legs, making them straight and pointed toes. Our next station will be a double station. Those students will be working on their dismount, so they'll be on the front or the middle beam. They'll stand up on the beam, walk to the end, put their feet together, arms up, jump off, and stick. If they're ready, they might move on to round off. And our last station will also be a double station. The students will be working on their calf raises. So they'll stand sideways on the beam, feet together, going up and down in releve with straight legs.